Hello, and welcome to Video Game Rations, a monthly video game club. I'm one of your hosts, Brian Swain.
And I am Eric Reichert.
And I am Nolan Lorch.
If you're unfamiliar with us, we're a couple of friends who pick a video game every month and talk about our opinions on the game. For this month, we played Planet of Lana.
Right you are.
Yeah,
Thanks.
You
Thanks.
are, man.
Making sure we all played the right game, you know. Maybe we didn't. Before
I
we
played
talk
the
about
other Planet game.
the other Planet game, Metroid Prime or remaster or something like
Ooh,
that.
interesting.
I
Before we
played
talk
the
about
old SNES Planet, Captain Planet game.
ooh. Oh, what is there's some other Planet game? I'm seeing a cover in my mind. I can't think of the game though. Planet. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Before we talk about video games, we got to cover some quick housekeeping. If you guys could share the podcast, leave us reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and your podcast provider of choice. That really helps the visibility of the pod. It bumps it up the list, the algorithms, gets it into people's mind spaces. That's what we're trying to do here, right?
The old zeitgeist.
Yeah, the zeitgeist. That's what we're looking for.
When you close your eyes, we want you to hear our voices, see our faces.
Ooh.
And we'll be like, hey, go to sleep. Have a wonderful evening. You know what I mean?
What kind of,
You want to record like an ASMR, like nighttime podcast?
Sure,
or
why
something?
not? We gotta
like a white noise machine.
We gotta branch out.
We need more content. More content. VideoGameRations.com is the place you can find the links to our Twitter, our Discord, our Gmail. Twitter may or may not be a dying platform these days. And if that is the case, you want to go to Discord, which you can find the link in our Twitter bio. It's a great place to hang out. We played some Battle Bits this month on there. We played some Battlefield 2042.
Yes, we did.
A lot of Zelda talk. We're chatting about Steam sales.
Dedicated Zelda channel now.
Woo!
Dedicated Zelda channel now that it is no longer the quote unquote game of the month.
It's the game of the year is what
I
it
need
is.
to post some of my creations in there.
Oh yeah, please do.
I saw one online that was pretty cool. I was gonna post that, but I forgot to.
God damn it, Eric.
I know.
Great.
I
was gonna post something, but then I forgot.
It was like a hover. It was like a hover bike that someone made. It was really cool.
Oh, I got the hover bike. Hover
Nice.
bike is favorited in my stash.
Nice. Love to hear it. Love to see it. If you posted it in the Discord, I'd love to see it. Guys, what have you been playing? What's going on in the world of video games for you dudes?
I mean, I think you mentioned it.
Tears of the King.
How about I go first, and then we can just talk about Zelda.
Okay.
After that,
we can do that.
Perfect.
Okay, so we've had a disappointing immersive sim time lately.
Sure have.
We have.
So I was going through. I've been going through some of my backlog. I played Dishonored 1 a couple years ago, and it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had Dishonored 2 and the standalone deals, it's kind of like a companion game to Dishonored 2. I've had them for a long time, and I was like, you know what? I'm finally gonna play Dishonored 2.
Yeah, nice.
And man, that game is so good.
Is it?
It's so fun. Yeah,
I've always wanted to play it.
they're really good.
I always say I'm gonna do it, and then I never do.
Yeah, they're really good. The story is really interesting. They have like a pretty interesting world.
Mm-hmm.
Everything
it's right on the
runs
edge of like
whale blubber.
I was gonna say it's right on the edge of like steampunk, and I'm kind of like,
Yeah, I am too. I'm not like a huge steampunk guy, and it's not like egregious. Like there's not like people don't just have like
monocles,
monocles and like gears on them at all times. But although I am going into the Clockwork Mansion right now, which is like what Dishonored 2 is really known for, because it's this like detailed building that they built it to be able to fold on itself and stuff. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I remember hearing all about it, and like people were like going ape shit for like how they designed it and stuff. So
The clock heads, the clock
all
enthusiasts.
all those clock heads. Yeah, it's been great though. I'm still not very far. It's a kind of like I'm taking my time, and it's been really fun though. Just a good game to kind of chip away at, and it's got all that good arcane like all the abilities are really sick, and yeah, it's just really fun. So
That's cool.
Yeah, fun arcane.
Fun arcane. They have more bad, or excuse me, they have more good than bad though. So
that's true.
They're still in the positive.
I still want to play that Prey Mooncrash DLC too. Just never.
I know, me too. I have that as well.
It's too many games.
Too many games. You should just come over and we can just play it on stream.
Ooh.
And we can just take turns.
Ooh,
nice. Look at that. You guys could high five between turns.
Yeah, we can. I can stand behind you in the chair and rock it around, like give you that real
immersive.
What's it? Haptic feedback.
Oh yeah, for sure. Eric, what about you? What have you been playing, my guy?
No time for anything besides random Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, even if you had you had all the time, it could still be filled up with Tears of the Kingdom.
It's true. It's probably all I would be doing.
Yeah.
I know. I did. I downloaded. I bought and downloaded BattleBit and I played it.
Oh
twice.
yeah.
I had a hard time getting into it. I don't know if it's for me yet.
It's fun with friends. It's a good one with friends.
Yeah, I hopped on and I was just like didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how the game works, like Battlefield and all that.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like running aimlessly, dropping med packs and trying to shoot people. But
yeah, it's very goofy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But otherwise, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. Chipped away at another temple. Got the Gerudo temple, the electric one, done.
Nice.
Then I have just been doing shrines. I've been looking for this one shrine under the Zaro domain forever. It's beeping.
I was gonna say you have the shrine sensor.
Yeah, I get to a peak and it's like it's below you. So then I'm like, oh, okay, it's in a cave. So then I find a cave, spelunk around for like ever. Not the right cave.
There's so many caves.
And
you can spelunk for a long time. It's crazy.
Oh man, I've spelunked like 4 caves and it hasn't been any of them. So I think I'm to the point where I might just look up where this one is because I'm assuming.
What's the last temple you need?
I only have 2 done.
Oh, okay.
I only have the water and the electric.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so I've done the wind. I did the wind is what I did this month.
Nice.
I just kind of was like at a point at the east where I was like, all right, I just need to get back on track. And I was kind of aimless and I was like, let's just go by the quest. So I started traveling back west and there were so many like easy basic ass shrines. And I was like, okay, these are definitely the ones that I should have done first. Like I got 4 like additional of the tier or whatever they are that you need 4 of to increase your heart or stamina.
Yes.
I got those. So within like 30 minutes, maybe I got 4 additional ones. Cause one of them was like, there was 2 combat ones that was like, here's how to throw an item. And one of them was like, here's how to make a boat out of some logs, which we did on Tutorial Islands. Like, I don't know why that's a shrine, but it was a shrine. So I went and visited the bird people, the Rito, is that who it is?
Yeah.
And did the wind temple, which is pretty fun. I did not enjoy the boss fight on that one, but other than that, the temple was great. Well, maybe not great. It was pretty good, but I had a great time over there.
I wasn't a big fan of the Gerudo one, to be honest. It was fine.
I don't know.
I like the active.
I just want more.
I like the wind one. Not the wind one. I like the water one. I thought that was fun.
With like the like low gravity and stuff.
Yeah, the low gravity and doing the little puzzles. I thought those were cool.
Yeah. I am on the last. I have the Gerudo temple. I'm in it right now. Just wrapping it up, and then I'll have all 4 temples done. But
Nice.
the thing that I've been
Then what are you gonna? Are you gonna just do side quests, or are you gonna finish it?
no, I have side quests for days, man. I have like maybe 75% of the depths explored, and I want to finish that up. I want to get it all illuminated, and yeah. The thing that I'm running into with that game that's kind of bumming me out is I've been mostly playing handheld,
Mm-hmm.
and it has such a good soundtrack that I feel like I'm doing the game a disservice by like playing it with no volume while I'm watching TV.
Oh yeah, well, I was gonna say
Pop some
why don't
headphones
you
in.
plug in some headphones or something?
I'm watching TV with Cody when I'm playing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't like to have like 2 sources of
Yeah,
audio
for sure.
playing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So Zelda kind of gets the axe as far as like the audio goes, but it's like,
Yeah,
man, the soundtrack is crazy good in that game.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
especially when you get near like an enemy and something kicks in. It's fun.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
I don't think I could play that game without audio, personally. Like, I mean, I guess every game I play is with audio. I can't really do the multitask and play a game and watch a show or a movie at the same time.
if I'm playing
Um,
if I'm playing Steam Deck or Switch, I'm almost always playing with no audio.
hmm. Yeah,
So
yeah, I'm not doing that. It's just
yeah,
not how I roll.
yeah.
I mean, the soundtrack is fantastic in that game. It gets me in such like a chill mood. It's one of the like chillest games I've played in a good while. So, and the music and the audio really adds to that, in my opinion. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Mm.
great. I'm finding the time just to kind of chip away at things. It's easy to
Nice.
get lost in a task, but it's also fun to like just do one thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is a really good game for just like logging in, playing for 30 minutes, like doing some silly little shrine thing and being done. It's
Yeah,
great for that.
yeah. June was a super busy month for me. I think the first 2 weeks I probably didn't play any video games. And then the week when I was less busy, I basically tried to play as much Tears of the Kingdom I could. And then this last week I played
Yeah.
Planet of Lana.
Planet of Lana. So that was my month, basically.
And that's a pretty short game, so that just speaks to how little time you had.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Well, I tried to save it towards the end of the month too. So I was like, man, I'm missing some Zelda. I haven't played some Zelda, so I dedicated like a good probably 10ish hours in a week or a week and a half or something to catch up and play more of that. So yeah,
Yeah, I had a coworker say they put 200 in and they just finished
Ooh.
it. And
I
they had
I just capped 30 hours. So
I
I'm
have
still-
to be
I'm
I
close
don't
to
want to look. I
100.
don't want to look. I don't
I'm
want to
still
look yet.
behind where both of you guys were when we recorded the podcast last month.
I'm pretty sure I'm over 100 now. And I think next thing I'm going to do is go find more looks for
Ooh,
Oh yeah, dude. I
fashion.
just got all the climbing gear and it's
oh,
very nice.
Nice.
I need that climbing gear. Is it all in the Zora domain area?
The one I just found was I don't know if it all was there because I think you get the bandana on Tutorial Island, right? Or somewhere.
No.
The headband?
You get it in the Zora domain.
Did you just
Because
buy it from somebody?
that's the only one I have. No. You find it in a cave.
I haven't been to the Zora domain and I have it.
Really?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
you can
think
buy
you-
it. Or maybe you can find it in multiple spots.
I think I got it. Oh, I don't know where I got it, but
I do want to try to get that Master Sword, which I don't know where. I don't even know where you get it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh, I don't know where you get that either. I think you can buy the headband in the town with the ninjas.
Oh,
I think you can
Okay,
buy it
so
there.
bandanas.
Once you do the,
Bandana is in Zora domain.
that's the
just
only
looking.
place.
Maybe
I'm thinking of a different item.
two
'Cause
of them are in Zora, and the other one is somewhere else. I won't spoil it, but
I have some sort of headband or hair tie or something.
oh, you get
you know where you get the
like
headband?
the original headband at Zelda's house,
Yeah.
That's what I got.
and that makes you look like Link from Breath of the Wild
Yep,
because it like ties his hair back.
that's what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
That doesn't make you climb. That doesn't make you climb good.
Oh
That's
no,
what I was
item.
thinking. Yeah. The other
Uh,
headband you get when you're doing the Zora main quest. It's like in one of the caves. If you have done that
Yeah.
temple, you probably got it.
Eric, what'd you think of defending the town in the Garuda area?
So basic, so bad.
I liked it.
Oh, really?
I just thought it was kind of cool. Like it was
It's a cool
something
like tower
different.
defense thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
That temple's boring to me because you're just moving a light around the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. The mirror. That's the first time I've actually used the mirror.
When do you get that item in a Zonai device? I don't know. What else does it reflect things?
Yeah, I mean, I saw someone made a calculator with mirrors, like activating different Zonai devices. They like set it up in a room, and they like if they hit this one mirror setup, it would turn it off and on, or like make it reflect light, and they could make it count up. Basically, it was pretty sweet.
Oh, that's
That's
funny.
crazy.
Yeah.
Remember the mirror
People-
shield?
Oh,
That's all.
You can put the mirror on a shield,
yeah.
Nice.
and it reflects, I think, like lightning and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I
I
believe so.
still
I could be wrong.
really, really enjoy all of the abilities in this game. Like it's so fun
Yeah.
to mess around with.
Yeah,
It's good.
we forgot about talking about this in our last episode, but the summons, we didn't talk about them. They
Oh
are
yeah.
so set up so terribly.
Honestly, the Gerudo one and the water one are horrible,
Yeah.
but the wind one and the what is the rock people called? The Gorons?
Yeah,
Is that it?
Gorons.
Goron?
Yep.
They actually work. They function way better than the other two because you don't actually have to.
You have
like,
to
when
run up to them.
Yeah, when you're like soaring in the air, like there's a button to you can click a button and to activate the Rito one. So it just like prompts it for you. You don't have to like actually
Mhm.
physically run up to them. And the Goron one does a similar thing where like it will like when you're in certain situations, it'll just be ready to use.
Nice.
And yeah, it's nice. But the other two are especially
The water one.
the water one is horrible.
Terrible. Because you have to hit the button and then you have to charge your attack up, and sometimes you can't
Yes.
even do that.
Yeah. And I have like 3 of them running around now, and I usually like leave them out.
Yeah.
And I'm like I'm accidentally hitting the wrong one all the time. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But-
the wind one.
Yeah,
the wind one's quite nice,
the wind one is the best one, I think.
and that's the only one I have right now.
nice.
I need to go do that. I should fast track and do that.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good temple. I think it's I thought it was a pretty good temple, and that ability is like it's clutch.
It's the first area they suggest you go to,
Yeah.
out the gate. So, well, boys, June came and went. The E3 months,
Not E3.
the not E3, the month where E3 would normally exist has come and gone. But there was even though there was not an E3, there was a lot of game announcements. We had the Keighley Summer Game Fest. There was the Xbox Showcase. PlayStation was in late May. We already talked a little bit about that. Nintendo even jumped in.
Yeah. Anyone see that coming?
Late last week or something like that.
No, I totally missed it. Annapurna had the showcase,
Annapurna
Annapurna.
had one the other day.
which yeah,
Capcom had one that apparently didn't do anything.
it was all like
there's a
I
lot.
think it was all Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Did
So
we expect like any of this to really meet our expectations when we decided to like, hey, just go do your own thing, like PlayStation, all those, where they're peeling off and they're just doing their own little events, and now it's just kind of like it seems like a grab bag. Everyone's just like,
Well,
I'll
I
put
think
one out.
I think it's so different now that everybody does their own thing spread out throughout the year, whereas it used to just be basically E3 and then the other little showcases along the way. And now like PlayStation's doing something every 6 weeks to 2 months. Xbox is doing something every 2 months. Nintendo's doing things whenever they want, And then everybody else like Capcom, Annapurna that we mentioned already are tied in with the other showcases that show up. Like all the Resident Evil 4 stuff and Street Fighter stuff is tied to PlayStation or whatever. So we've seen a lot of it already.
Yeah.
So I think
And that's why I think when we
could be
had-
one of the reasons why E3 is not as big of a thing anymore, because all this stuff already comes out like a shit ton throughout the year. So
Well, I
don't
think
know.
also when we had E3, we had those developers just doing documentary updates on their games.
Yeah.
They were just like, let's show you what we're working on, as
Right.
opposed to like now it's like, how many trailers can we show?
Well,
in-
E3 is
in an
also
hour?
not a E3 was never a consumer
Right.
showcase. It was
Yeah.
for news outlets and like other industry people to go to and
And see.
test stuff out.
Yeah.
And then it, with like streaming and the internet, it kind of transitioned into like a more of a consumer thing.
Mhm.
And now we have all these showcases that are like, if you don't show up and do good, like then you're fucking up somehow. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like I like Summer of Games because I want to see I just want to see new stuff.
Mhm.
Like I don't really give a fuck about like who's winning the show, you know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yeah.
so it's just nice to see some like cool trailers, people excited about games, not just talking shit,
Burrito coupons,
I thought there was a lot of I thought there was a lot of
trailers
good
for
stuff.
TV shows.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
but
don't
I
actually have
also-
anything saved, but Day of the Devs. Shout out to Day of the Devs being just the most wholesome, like excited game about games and being like making games showcase.
Yeah.
I love it.
They do
Nice.
such a good job about documenting all their stuff too.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
And it's right after the Keeleys.
Yeah.
But
The Devolver's one is always batshit crazy, which is fun.
yeah. Yeah, it is.
I usually catch basically every single one of these live when I can, but the only one I caught the whole thing of was the Xbox one on stream with Nolan.
Oh yeah.
So I had a great time just clicking on the trailers I wanted to see and not having to sit through like 2 or 3 hours of showcases and stuff and hope there was gonna be something good.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
That's honestly the way to do it. I watched all of them. I didn't watch the Nintendo one. That's the only one I didn't watch live.
Yeah, that was at like 7 in the morning or something too. Like
Yeah.
I had it on my phone propped up while I was making my daughter's food for daycare. So
You guys were talking about it. There was a conversation that happened before I woke
There
up.
was.
That was like, "Oh, Nintendo's doing a thing. It's over now." And I was
Yeah.
still like an hour before I woke up.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
looking at updates, and the stuff they announced was kind of just dropping in updates. So
Yeah.
Oh.
So we thought with all the stuff happening in June, we would each pick 3 games that we thought were highlights or that we thought were really cool, and we kind of just chat about them a little bit. And I'll go first. So the big one that I thought looked really great, it's an Ubisoft game, which usually doesn't pique my interest, but Star Wars Outlaws looks fucking dope.
Did you
There
watch
was-
Oh,
the actual gameplay trailer?
I
not
did.
the
Yeah,
trailer trailer? Yeah.
there was a announcement. I think it was during the Xbox showcase where they just announced the game and showed some cinematic footage, and then during the Ubisoft conference, they showed like 10 or 15 minutes of gameplay. Oh, it looks good. It looks really good.
And I think it's being written by some of the Uncharted people, right?
I don't
could be
know.
wrong.
I don't know that for sure.
Hmm.
It's from the Division studio.
the Vision Studio, yeah.
Yeah. But graphically it looks really great. It's got the same I think Nolan, you mentioned this, like Shadows of the Empire, kind of like smuggler type story. I think it is
Yeah.
between is it between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi?
I don't know. I actually
can't
didn't watch
remember
the
It
whole
is.
thing.
the time
Yeah,
period.
it is sometime around. It's like old Star Wars.
Yeah.
Not new.
It looks cool. It looks great. Very excited to see that one. And like a open world game in the Star Wars universe, I think could be a cool thing as long as they don't really like Ubisoft it up, like a bunch of markers on a map, and it didn't look like that from what they showed. So
No.
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
looked
Is it
There's
open
some, like,
world?
there was some open
Yeah,
world stuff.
It is open world.
Oh,
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, she worked on. Here, I just pulled up the writer. Star Wars Outlaws, Watchdog Legion, Far Cry 6, and that's about it.
Mm, yeah.
And then this guy worked on Far Cry 6 to the Division, Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
So, and Splinter Cell Blacklist. Ooh.
Oh, I love a Splinter Cell game.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, a lot of that's kind of it's very interesting. If you put some of those elements from all those games into this game, it could be really fun.
Yeah. Eric, what looked cool to you? What's your first game?
I have same on your list, but the Alan Wake
Yeah,
2.
you stole mine, but that's fine.
I just didn't
Uh.
think we'd be getting a gameplay after because we saw a little like basically like a animated title thing
Mhm,
last time,
mhm.
and we actually got some like gameplay, and it looks very much like Alan Wake in a Control kind of universe,
Yeah.
but more survival horror. Like it's feeling like Resident Evil now.
Yeah. Yeah, they said they're like took a lot of inspiration from True Detective. And you play as two different FBI agents and you can swap between them at any time. So
Nolan's
like
cool.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
There's a
Um,
mind map too.
Oh yeah, there's
Oh.
a mind map. Yeah. Where you like
Yes.
link evidence and stuff together.
Sweet. I love
and the
that.
environments look really cool. I'm super excited for Alan Wake 2. Like Remedy is
Me too, man.
such a good developer. And this game's coming out this year apparently. Unless
Insane. In October.
unless Nolan has something to say about it and it'll get delayed till 2024. But
Yeah, don't jinx it, Nolan.
I don't actually.
I mean, honestly, it could get the fuck out of 2023 and I'd be okay. Because-
Remedy doesn't make like they don't make games that are
right. It's not a
what's-
Starfield. It's not a.
it's not like
it's not a Tears of the Kingdom.
they're not saying things like you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a linear game.
Yeah,
I hope my hope for it is they at least have 20% goofiness. Because Control still had goofy shit in it, which is great.
Yeah.
Just from that gameplay trailer, it's still the same actor who plays Alan Wake and what's his name? Sam Lake.
Sam Lake.
Yeah.
He's fucking the other FBI agent. It's gonna be goofy as shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
Didn't Resident Evil 4 get delayed a couple times though, Nolan?
I don't know.
I think it did.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
It looks really cool. I'm excited to play it. I can't wait.
I'm really excited. It's coming out in October. That's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm. It's a good spooky game.
That is a good spooky game. They just make good games. It's crazy.
They make great games.
Yeah.
Good game.
I'm curious about the specs on this because of Control and stuff,
Control was heavy.
I'm assuming it's on the same engine.
Control was heavy.
I would imagine it's on the same engine too. which
Yeah.
I don't even know what control was on. I'll find out.
Nolan, what do
Yes.
you got your first on here? I like that this is your number one on your list.
Yes. Okay, so during Devolver's show, the creators of Ape Out and Bennett Foddy, who made the game Getting Over It. Do you guys know what that game is?
Yep.
No.
It's a game about it's a B game about you're in a like a kettle, you're a naked man, and you have like a ball pin hammer, and you have to like use that pin hammer to traverse this level of like crazy assets, and you climb this mountain of trash, and it's really hard. It's a co-op game, like a which is a style of game where each limb is connected to a different key on the keyboard, and you have to like awkwardly move this character, like just make him walk, and it's hard as shit. So this game did you guys watch the Devolver Showcase?
I didn't know.
No, I just watched the trailers.
So the Brian, you're gonna hate this game because it's basically a Death Stranding game.
It's a Strand-like game.
It's a Strand-like game where it's all about like trying to make your character walk and not fumble over the environment.
Okay. To be clear, that is not what I hated about Death Stranding.
Okay.
It
Fair.
was not the gameplay I hated about Death Stranding, but all the other bullshit around it.
The like 20-hour cutscenes. And
Hmm.
then what's that band that plays the entire time over and over?
Fuck, I don't remember.
It's a sweet band, but yeah.
It was sweet. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I might have hated on the gameplay, and now that I think about it, maybe it was the gameplay I hated too.
It was
mainly
a culmination
the reason,
of things.
Yeah.
But this looks very similar to. It's just knowing those two people. I don't know who Gabe Kuzillo is. Who's the other person working on it?
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it's about a 35-year-old man who lives with his parents, and he either gets warped to a land, and has to like walk around, and it seems like he doesn't know how to use his legs because all he does is never leave his parents' basement. It just looks stupid and silly and fun.
Nice.
Yeah. And I probably will play it and not make it out of the intro, and it'll be great.
And that'll be that. That'll be that.
Yeah.
So Eric took my second game, Alan Wake 2, but I'll just go real quick to Super Mario RPG Remake or Remaster.
Ooh, yeah.
And I
forgot about
really only going to bring it up because when I was listening to Game Scoop, they were kind of hating on the idea of that being remade, where it's like, okay, all you can really do is beef up the graphics. Like the gameplay is going to be the same.
Yeah.
The same thing with like Nintendo just basically remastering everything and just selling the same game to another audience. And I think one of them said you can actually like buy the original Super Mario RPG in the eShop right now. Like the OG one.
And
so it's like, why do you need a remaster of this game, basically?
It's on the SNES Classic as well.
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of just like a weird case for a remaster. They were saying
I had this on my list too.
Okay. Oh, you did? Oh shit.
Yeah. I wrote 64. I wrote the wrong thing.
You changed it. I thought.
Yeah. Some reason
changed your
wrote
list.
for Mario
God damn you.
64.
I was gonna say, I was like, there's a Super Mario 64 remake happening. Why the fuck did I not hear about this?
And they were saying how that game doesn't really hold up very well, which might be true. And this is a game from my childhood, so when I had it, or actually I rented this game a ton. Like I would just rent it and keep renting it because I just like couldn't get through it,
Yeah.
And hope my save would be on the cart. I love this one growing up. It's just an interesting case for a remaster, and I just kind of wanted to pick your guys' brains on what you thought about it. I think part of its charm is the original art style too. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, as far as like making the character models like newer is really
Yeah.
doing anything, and it's still probably gonna be. It looked like it was the same kind of turn-based
It
combat.
looks like
Yeah.
it's gonna be exactly the same,
Yeah,
which is good.
I saw some. I can't remember who it was, but there was like a Kotaku article or Polygon article about how Square Enix made, or was it before Square Enix was around and it was just Square?
Yeah, it was co-developed, right?
Yeah, like Square made that game, and there's things in that game that are they going to be able to put it in it because it's a
That's
yeah,
Nintendo game,
well,
or are they going to
so
have to
that's what I'm
remove those
wondering
things?
too, because
interesting.
Nintendo notoriously doesn't like this game, but they like this game. It's a weird in between.
It's a lot different than their other games. Like
Yeah.
it it's so as someone who co-piloted the speed run
Yeah.
just recently, I mean, I played it as a kid. I didn't get very far, but seeing like the whole game, like it's a weird game. Like all the bosses you fight are weird, like are super weird. Like it has like that Mario skin, but there's a lot more stuff that is just so wild in it. I mean, there's
Yeah.
a whole power. There's like a Power Ranger spoof boss fight in it. It's
Mhm.
crazy. It's I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I don't know if I'm gonna play it. To be
No,
honest,
I
but
honestly don't think I'm gonna play it. I just same. It's a nostalgic hit.
yeah.
I haven't played it since I was
But you
younger.
know that they did the Zelda Game Boy one, which is a really weird Zelda game. So
Link's
maybe
Awakening.
maybe it'll be great. Who knows?
But they completely changed like the art style, and
yeah, but I mean
the gameplay, I guess, was identical.
The gameplay is identical. The art style is
well, it's obviously
yeah,
different
updated.
because
Yeah.
it's Game Boy, but
Yeah.
Game Boy to 3D.
it
I
would
think
be
that-
kind of. I always thought that Mario RPG had like a real stop motion quality to it. It would
Mhm.
be really cool if they leaned in. I know they're not going to, but
no.
it would have been really cool if they leaned into that and like textured everything to look clay.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
would be cool.
Well, because the whole weird thing about this game is it's between the era of 2D and 3D, and they went a route of like weirdly painting stuff in like 2D but in a 3D isometric world.
Yeah.
That's why Super Mario RPG looks so like weird. Like the backgrounds, I think, are static painting, pixel
Yeah.
painting things.
And like it's the same with Donkey Kong Country.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's like weird scanned 3D.
Yeah. Very interesting. Eric, Super
I
Mario
got two.
RPG.
I got two. That was kind of. I was just gonna say the same thing we just talked about. So
Yeah.
the last two are just kind of I don't know what the fuck these are games.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. Did you watch the trailer for that?
I did.
I didn't.
Oh my god.
It looks insane. It looked like Back for Blood. I just thought it was going to be Back for Blood. And then I saw John Carpenter's name on it.
Like,
I'm
why even
are
put
you
John
kidding
Carpenter's name on it? I'm so confused.
me? He's a huge gamer
Licensing?
now.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
loves
it's-
video games.
It's just so funny. I just thought that was a funny standout. The whole thing. It actually looked pretty fun.
I
But just-
mean, if I don't know, his movies are pretty unique, I think. So like if it's his writing, and if maybe he does the soundtrack because he
I was
does
gonna
the
say, if he can
soundtrack
do
for
the
all his
synth-
movies.
As if he does a synth soundtrack, I'm down.
I am too. It'd be awesome.
And then I just
So-
wanted to say honorable mention to Pal World, the Pokemon with guns game.
Oh, where they work in a factory and you can eat them, but you shouldn't because it's illegal and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
The trailer's
I
hilarious. 'cause
completely forgot about that.
it opens up all sweet and nice, and it's like you capturing them, and then all of a sudden they pull out guns, and then they're in a factory working. It's so bad.
So weird.
Yeah, I remember seeing that game a while ago, and I kind of forgot about it, and I don't know. It looks like it doesn't look half bad. It just looks kind of crazy.
Do
It
you think?
looks
Do you think it'll see the
insane.
light of day, or Nintendo will put the kibosh on it?
I don't
don't
think they
know.
can put the
I
kibosh.
don't
Can
know.
you not? You can't license game mechanics
I mean,
besides the Nemesis system.
I was
Apparently,
gonna say
Nemesis-
this is like right at the beginning of the trailer. Like these are Pokemon. Like that's an EV. These are all like ripoffs.
Yeah,
of
they
the
look-
do.
exact same.
They
look
look
identical,
exactly
too.
like Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, this yellow thing with a gun.
yeah, man. I don't
This-
know. It's absolute crazy that it's
Yeah.
a real thing.
Well, we'll
Do you remember
see.
what showcase that was at?
I think that was Summer Game Fest.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was gonna say if it's at like an Xbox thing, then it for sure.
Oh,
could come out.
is already have like been approved basically. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's Summer Game Fest. Yeah. Summer
Yeah,
Game Fest.
I do imagine if Nintendo came out and like they would have already have done it if they were going to try to like get them to stop making that
Maybe.
game.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
What else you got, Nolan?
Okay. So do you want me to just do my last two and then you can wrap it up, Brian?
Sure. That sounds good.
Okay. So mine, I picked these because I'm excited for them and also they come out really, really soon.
Oh yeah.
So Remnant 2 comes out this month. It's partially why I didn't pick up Diablo because first off that game's $70 or whatever and I just don't want to pay $70. And
fair.
Remnant was a very fun roguelike looter shooter. And I'm really, really excited for Remnant 2.
Nice.
And they had a big trailer during the game show. And I think it comes out on like the last week of July.
I've got some worries, but keep
Oh
going.
yeah, hit me with them.
Well, because I believe they are part of Gearbox, which was picked up by Embracer Group,
Oh,
and they just had that giant consolidation thing. So it's good that it's coming out this year and it's already like slated to come out.
yes.
Because otherwise, I bet it would not be coming out.
Yeah, you're probably right. It just
Well,
I was watching
Because how well did
Skill Up.
Remnant 1 do? Do you know?
Remnant 1 I don't so I forget the studio who makes it to be honest, but
Gunfire Games.
Gunfire Games, thank you. I was watching Skill Up talk about Remnant 2 cuz he got to play it at the game Summer of Games. And he was talking about that company and how they're they're a smaller company. They usually don't like overscope their games. I think they're kind of like a fiscally responsible studio.
Mhm.
And I think this game I don't see any reason why someone would close them down after Remnant may not have been a real success at first, but I think it really like gained momentum once people started playing it. And like especially when they released their DLCs, like
Mhm.
it's such a good game. It's so fun. It's a good co-op experience and like the story is like pretty interesting. It just didn't I don't think it showcased very well cuz like the first world that you go to is kind of old school like gray and red. Like it seems like almost like an Xbox 360 game. You know how everyone like kind of complained about like, oh, all these games are gray or all they're
Yeah.
sepia tone. It definitely had that vibe. And once you kind of got into the game and they like realize how like in depth their game mechanics were, it really was you could see like how good the game was. And I just think that they just, from what I've been hearing about Remnant 2, it sounds like they've really doubled down on just like all of the game mechanics and they have a budget to like boost the graphics a little bit. So but we'll
Nice.
see.
My
I don't know.
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I'm really excited. I'm probably gonna play through it with Stoop, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
Comes out July 25th.
July 25th. Okay, last game.
Go.
At the PC Game Show,
Mm-hmm.
Baldur's Gate 3 had a big kind of just like they showed off like the city of Baldur's Gate. And yeah, it just looks huge and cool. And last week they moved up the date of the release a month ahead to so
Avoid
they
Starfield, right?
yeah, to avoid Starfield and the Cyberpunk DLC. So I'm pretty excited for that game. Yeah.
Smart.
And also I've heard that they have like over like 170 hours of cutscenes in it or something like that. So
Man, they've come a long way from my old isometric discs I have sitting around. Actually, let's see if I have them.
yes, I have. I have this. I bought this game in early access, and I played through most of the first chapter, and I've just been really excited to jump back in. Oh, nice! You got the actual box set.
Yeah, hold on. It's got all the discs in it. It's got 5 discs plus an expansion. Look at this. It's crazy.
Whoa, that's awesome.
So
Very
if you
cool.
got a disc drive, let's boogie.
I don't, but I should get one. I need to build like an old school computer so I can play this. I do have it on like 8 things though.
So I can play this.
Yeah.
I do have it on
So,
like 8.
But anyways, yeah, I don't know. It just looks like everything that comes out in that game looks really cool. They've been a little quiet, like they've been slowly updating it and adding more classes and stuff. But this is like the first thing that I've seen that was like shows the more expansive world of the game. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. And that comes out like August 3rd now. So
Yeah, I like how they moved it up because of the big games.
Ooh. Yeah, we got some serious games between now and when Brian's game. So,
Speaking of
go
the
ahead.
big games, they had a 45 minutes?
It was long. I don't remember
yeah.
how long.
I think it was
but you're
45
probably
minutes
right.
of Starfield to show off, and woo-wee. Do we got a video game on our hands, boys?
It's looking good, man.
It's
looking real good.
It is crazy how much stuff that
Yeah.
they first off, like the presentation I thought was really good. It showed a lot better than the 15-minute one that they had at the same time last year, I think.
Yeah.
It was like cool to see like the different people that were responsible for different aspects of the game. Excuse me, I burped. To kind of step in and give their takes on it. Like they just had like cool people to show it off. Like, oh yeah, this one lady was like, I'm a big space pirate and I hop aboard their
steal
ships and
people's sandwiches.
steal all their sandwiches. And I just have a hole in my ship that's devoted to sandwiches. And she's got like a table full of like 100 sandwiches and stuff just floating around in space. Yeah, man, that game looks really cool. There's just so much you can do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think they just did a really great job showing it off. And I think the mass appeal to like different fans of their games, it showed a little bit of everything, I think.
Yes, I agree.
And I can't wait to play it. It looks awesome.
It was cool. Like they showed like all the teams' ships that they built.
Yeah.
Like all the like someone built just like a standing man. Looks like a transform.
Yeah, it looks. I think it was Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
I think it was literally built after Optimus Prime. Yeah, I think it was the same sandwich lady. She's like, I just like to build ships that look like animals. She's like, I built a platypus, and you're just scrolling through. Yeah, the ship builder looks awesome. What else did they show? I don't know. They showed so much in 45 minutes, and it just looks like a really sick game. And I can't wait to play it.
It is shocking how much it looks like No Man's Sky to me, but that's not
Yeah.
like that's not a dig. Like it seems like next, like they saw No Man's Sky and they're like, this is what we want to do, and like how can we like iterate on like what that game did?
Yeah,
And it looks
Yeah.
really good. I'm
And
super
again,
excited.
I was worried about the humor being lost, and that trailer made it very apparent. There's humor.
Oh yeah. The obsessed fan or whatever from
Yeah.
is it Skyrim or something like that is back. Yeah. It looks great. I hope it's good.
It'll be good. I mean, I also like they made a big point to say like they're already doing mod support now, which is really great because those games are fantastic and they are so. I love how they've integrated mod support right into the games of Fallout 4 and Skyrim. Because I think personally, the mods make it even better for me. Like, and it's just really cool that they see that they don't like pretend like it's not there, and that you can actually just like access that right in the game. It's so cool. So
yeah, that's cool. And they support it really well on console. I don't know if you said that too, but
that's like when they added it into their games, you can like access it on your console, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So
nice. Well,
it's gonna be great.
should we talk about Planet of Lana?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Man. Let's
Our game of the month. 2023 puzzle platform game. In the game, the player assumes control of a teenage girl, Lana, and her cat companion, Mui, as they explore a fictional planet invaded by hostile alien machines. It's developed by Wishfully Studios and published by Thunderful Publishing. Metacritic is currently sitting at 80 out of 100. What did you all play it on? I think it's did I mention the platforms? No, I didn't. It's Xbox game right now and Windows PC.
That's it?
Yep. I think
I swear it was on more.
I think it's a timed exclusive at the moment.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I played via the old Game Pass. I was downloading it, and Xbox Xbox Game Pass is like all my downloads are like screwed up because some weird error. I hadn't updated it in months and months, and then it
always you have issues with literally everything you touch. I think you're
no.
Yes, you were just complaining about your TV and how the audio doesn't work.
Well, that's just
Haley's got her headphones plugged into the back of the TV and she has to stand in front of it to watch anything. And
she can only read the subtitles. That's what's happening. No, I tried downloading it and it just stopped and it wouldn't work. So I just went to my Xbox and streamed it. And it worked perfectly.
Nice. So you
I
played
love that
it
you streamed
all
it from
on
your Xbox.
Yep, all on the Xbox.
Okay.
And I streamed it. I didn't download it.
Why didn't you just download it?
I just didn't want to have to undownload it, like delete it.
It's like a gig.
Yeah, it's like 2 gigs.
Yeah. But it was it worked perfectly fine.
I mean, yeah, I understand. I get
There's
it.
no point of doing it.
If it worked, it worked. Nolan, what'd you play it on?
I played it on Game Pass for PC.
Okay.
With
I played maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours on PC, and I played the other bit on the Xbox on the couch in front of the TV. Which was actually quite nice. It was a little bit more relaxing, a little bit more chill. You know, there's a lot of side scrolling, there's a lot of walking in this game.
There's a lot of chill stuff happening.
The vistas look really nice on a big 4K TV for sure. Okay, there's no difficulty. So it took me. There's a little discrepancy between my save file and what Xbox says I played. My save file says I played it for 3.5 hours. The Xbox says I played it for 6.5 hours. So maybe I paused and left or something like that, or quick resume or something. So I would say between 3.5 and 4 hours. And you guys were right about 4 hours too. So
Yep.
it's
Yep.
a short little game time wise. Maybe not
bad.
maybe
Not
not
bad.
mentally, but we'll go there.
Yeah.
Eric, why don't you start by giving us your quick thoughts on the game? You're
This game
down and dirty.
is perfectly fine. It's
Okay.
It's simple. You know what it is?
What?
It's simple protein.
Oh my god, the
Uh,
snack minute. Here it is.
It's
Damn.
just a basic protein bar with lemon and coconut. You know, you can't go wrong.
Uh-huh.
5 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, 150 calories. Can't go wrong.
What?
Keto friendly.
You can't go wrong.
Made from plant protein. You know,
What's the link?
Just-
What's the link here?
yeah, I'm not getting paid for this promo.
Yeah,
No,
we're
no,
not
no,
sending links
no, I mean,
unless we get paid.
what's the link to the game? Like, what's?
It's just a basic protein bar.
Oh,
This
because it's
game is
basic.
great.
It's
This
basic
game's
like the game.
basic.
This game's pretty basic.
You should have grabbed some like graham crackers there. Something like
Yeah, I almost did the trail mix, but I do that
Un-
too often. You know,
that.
the journey.
Yeah. Well,
Unsalted nuts.
Trail Mix has a lot of variety, which this game didn't really have.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's why I just went super simple. You know,
Yeah.
you want to play a game, it's a game. You need a little protein, it's protein.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Nice.
just want to chill out for like a couple hours. There you go.
Okay. Nolan, what'd you think about?
You
Planet
know
of
what?
Lana.
I'm very much on the same page as Eric.
Mhm.
I think I was expecting a little more because I heard that people really. I listened to a couple people that said they really like this game,
Mhm.
and I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I really wish there was more puzzles, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of where I fall very similar to you guys. Is like I did see some recos for it, and that it was gonna be like maybe an indie game of the year type of situation. I don't think this is it. Visually, audio, great, fantastic. Gameplay, puzzles, pretty damn basic. It's a little long, got boring. I think it's fine. It was on Game Pass, so But
Yeah.
Not what
I
I
didn't
was
even-
not
I
what I
never
was
even heard
hoping for,
about
to be
it.
honest.
Until you had mentioned it. And I think you mentioned it because it was getting good scores.
It was getting some good scores. It was getting some pub. We were just off Tears of the Kingdom. We were looking for something short. I knew it was short, so that's kind of where it stemmed from. So sorry,
I
guys.
do remember
I
seeing
led
the
the
trailer,
podcast astray.
and the
No,
trailer
I
looked
think
great.
I think it's perfectly fine. It's
Yep,
it's just it's there.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It didn't move the needle.
Not every game needs to be bangers, and we've definitely played
true.
worse games than this. So
It's true,
I would
it's
just say
true.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's hard because it's hard
okay.
when you go off. I was gonna say it's hard when you go off like Metacritic too, because
Yeah.
it's so varying people's opinions on things. So
For sure.
Also, man, I feel like we've played so many good games so far this month or this year,
Mm-hmm.
and
This podcast.
this podcast, yeah, and this one just feels a little. It feels like a filler month almost.
Mhm.
I hate to say it like that, but
oh god, it's a monster of the week episode.
Yeah.
no, those are the best.
So the overall story, the game takes place on a beautiful, very lush, nice looking planet, where there's a village with some folks, and some alien robots come down and basically start scooping everybody up, including your friend,
Yeah.
Keo, something like that.
Elo.
Elo.
It's
yeah.
your sister.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sister
Oh.
and friend,
Oh, okay.
according to the.
You go visit your parents' graves at the beginning, and then
I didn't
you
realize that was the
hang out with your
parents.
sister, and
See,
then
Nolan, this is why
he
we
gets
have you.
captured.
This is why we have you do the story every time.
Well, I don't have a baby, so I have a little more
You have more
headspace
you have more gray matter available.
for these stories.
Yep. So your sister gets kidnapped, and basically your journey begins to find your sister, which takes you through the terrain of the planet, and you eventually get a nice little cat-ish companion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Why?
mentioned it's like a
Cat bird.
cat in the description, and I was like, that's not a cat. It's like a mouse cat.
It's a critter.
It does have cat ears, but it has kind of like a swirly mouse tail.
Yeah, and a
So-
fat little chode of a body.
To go back to the story part of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you guys see the subtitle to this game?
No.
Planet of Lana and Off-Earth Odyssey.
Oh. Yeah.
I
So
mean,
it-
go ahead.
My take on the story, just real quick, was
Uh-huh.
maybe kind of different than what I don't know. Maybe it's like they're presenting something different that I was reading into, but I assumed you left Earth with a crew because
Mhm.
that old man at some point there's just like a crash ship on his place.
Mhm.
Yep.
I assume you left Earth and you landed here, and then the robots are like colonizing robots that came to like colonize this place, and they pick you up. That was my take on the story.
Yes.
There was
That you are-
there was some
But that's
Like
not what. If
murals-
you read the description of the game, it's nothing to do with that. It's just
Are you reading the description on Wikipedia or?
yeah, even on
Oh.
like the game, like the fandom one too.
Well,
It's
Well,
I
what does
think-
it say on fandom?
that you're on a planet and it's like attacked by robots.
But
Oh.
they're both like just sourced things, right? I think there's additional context that you get through the game. Like there's like the murals and some other scenes and stuff where you
Yes.
do get the sense like those people left whatever planet Earth apparently, and have colonized this new planet. And yeah, the robots are
Yeah.
there taking over.
It's-
And whether that's like maybe they left the initial planet because of the robots or something like that.
Yeah,
That is exactly what it is.
Because-
Like in the mural, it shows them leaving Earth with the AI robots on Earth.
Mhm.
okay.
And then they follow them into space. But this is like generations later.
Right. I was gonna say it seems like it's generations removed from that because there's not any like other knowledge of like the robots or anything like that. Besides that,
Right.
that old man seems to really be
Yeah,
tapped in at the end.
He knows. He knows.
yeah.
knows.
Because like
He
the
knows.
descriptions, the piece of her planet is suddenly disturbed by invading robots,
Yeah.
which I didn't think they were like invading.
Oh, they're invading.
Oh, they looked like they were invading.
They're invading. They're harvesting. They're
They were.
raising children of their own.
Yeah, that was
very cute.
yeah, it was. Good.
Yeah. I was like, Alicia was sitting next to me. I was like, there's suddenly crying babies in this game, and I'm not sure what the fuck's going on.
Did you guys see did you see what they were eating?
Yeah,
What they're feeding all the humans?
it was the green goo from the critters.
Yeah, the critter
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh, it was good.
on the planet.
It was
Yeah,
good. Yeah, it was like the one-eyed like beastie guys, and then like those creepy spider
yeah.
cave dweller things. It's
Yeah.
like juicing them and then just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
feeding them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was nice. I liked
Didn't
that.
juice the cat thing some reason.
No, I think honestly, I think the cat may have been a robot.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so
But there was
too.
a bunch of them.
I know. I think they were the good AI.
Yeah, that's what
But
that's what I gleaned from it too. Actually,
Yeah.
The story
ro-
keeps getting
good
deeper
robots.
now that I'm thinking about it.
I was like,
Um,
why does this little cat have so many powers?
that and at the end, well, now we're just getting into it, I guess. When
Well, I mean, it was story time. So
Yeah, you might as
you're at like the engine, right? And it dies basically. It like sacrifices itself to get the thing, but then it like gets just recharged. And I
Right.
was like, I didn't take it as like it like a cardiac arrest thing. It seemed like it was an electric being, like a
You're talking about Mui?
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It like absorbs the energy.
Yeah.
And then when
restarts.
Mui restarts, all the robots restart and they're
Yep.
like now good. So
Yep.
yeah.
That's
I
how
thought the same thing.
yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so we did it.
So some of the pros for me kind of lead us into the next part of the conversation, but the overall art direction, real nice.
Very-
The
very good.
illustration, the scenes,
nice.
the foreground background play, like a lot of things when you're walking through them.
Parallaxing.
Parallaxing
was
looked
good.
really good. The
Nolan, did you notice
camera
the
zooming in
terrible-
and out.
Did you notice the terrible just like motion tween on the trees?
Oh, you mean the turbulent displacement?
Yeah, that.
Absolutely did.
You fucking nerds.
I was like, I know that effect. I've used
Yeah.
that many times.
Nice.
It's real
Nice.
bad.
Yeah, it's just like it actually looks okay like when you're zoomed in, but when it zooms out and you see all of like everything moving in like a sine pattern, you know,
Yeah.
it's really distinct. It's
Mhm.
fine. I mean, you know, I totally understand why they used it, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely I was like, that's turbulent displacement.
One of my the best looking thing I think I saw in this game was the transition from the island to the desert, where it's like a long walking scene that like really starts to zoom out and like the really
Yeah.
like the whole landscape and colors and change, and it starts playing kind of like the main theme song, I guess, that comes up towards the
Yeah.
end too.
Yeah.
That was like a really nice, beautiful scene. And I think that was kind of like one of the highlights for me was just like those type of environments or transitions when it really like zoomed back out and showed like a greater scale and something was happening in the background or something like that.
Even the like when you're riding the robot. That
Oh,
that
yeah.
was cool.
Yeah, towards the end.
That part was cool.
That
Yeah.
part was cool. What is it? Return of the Jedi? The land speeder chase scene type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Kicking the
cool.
robots off and
I
stuff.
think that is what I remember from the trailer is that scene of you like riding the robot.
Mm.
And I was like, wow, this looks really cool.
That was so late too. In the
I know,
game.
it's like, and it's so short. It's like a one-off thing.
yeah, it is very short. Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool.
One
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
3 QuickTime events.
Yeah.
Every time that the
Four?
like the robots were like walking over you and stuff was really cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the soundtrack was another high point. Like the fully orchestrated soundtrack was really good. It was like really good at like setting the mood and stuff, especially at the end when you're in the spaceship, like just the doom and gloom aspect. And also, I guess when you're getting chased by the robots and you can crouch down and get in the trenches and act like like the violins really pick up, you know?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty
When they spot you, they have some cool like noises too.
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they do like the kind of like close encounters of the third kind, like audio, like that's how they talk by like single notes and colors.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, I
you have
like
to
that.
you have to plug in that thing at the end of the game.
Yes. When you like activate the horse
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, towards the end.
The horse robot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good puzzle. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish there was more of those puzzles.
I also
took photos.
I had to write down, I tore up my little thing, but I had to write down a little puzzle at the beginning with the tracks when you're in like the mines and stuff.
Yep. I did that
Oh,
too.
yep.
Yeah.
I
Those
didn't
were-
even think about writing those down, and then I got to the puzzle. I'm like, what am I doing? Okay, I'll go backwards.
More of that would have been cool.
Yep. Both those puzzles were standouts for me. I was like, these are cool.
The
I want
music
more
one and the sled one.
stuff like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure those were the only two. Like, and the rest of them were like kind of stealth puzzles where you have to kind
Yeah.
of like.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like a big fan of the stealth puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I was getting a lot of weirdly, I was getting like weird Heart of Darkness vibes from this game. I don't know why. Have you guys
Heart
played
of
that game?
Darkness.
Old,
man.
old game. It was supposed to be like during its time, and the animation was supposed to be like top notch, and it's kind of has like
Is it a GameCube game?
what was that? No,
An old PlayStation game?
yeah,
Looking at it right now.
Oh,
The-
I definitely didn't play this.
it's
Oh.
hard. It's very hard. But it was all supposed to be like
An RPG.
kind of like hand drawn. Like the animation was supposed to be like Pixar of the time type
Mhm.
stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I was getting a lot of like those vibes from this game. It was kind of this like off-world alien stuff, and I thought it was gonna be a lot harder. And then when you got to like the puzzles and stuff, it was just so simple.
Yeah.
Eric, what did you think of the character design in this game?
Boy, do they suck.
Really?
I do not like them. I think they're so basic.
Boy, did they suck.
Like the
Strong feelings.
the backgrounds and all the layering stuff is beautiful. Like they
Mhm.
have this
Yeah.
painterly feel to them, and then you get to the character, and they just have like two black dot eyes, and just generic head shape,
Yeah,
and like just no like the old man towards the end was so cool. Like
true.
get more of that in there. Like
Yeah.
just
And don't forget about the
style it up a
chef.
bit. And
The
the
chef
chef,
at the
yeah.
The
beginning.
chef, right? Yeah.
But like there was no variance in the body shapes besides like a couple characters.
Mhm.
It would just be cool if your main character was like a little different. Like, don't know why they just went for like exact copy of Limbo little man with like
Yeah.
weird ragdoll effects.
I'm sure it's like a budget thing,
Yeah,
but I mean the simplistic
there wasn't even like
idea,
lighting really too much on it. Like, it was just flat.
Yeah. What about the robots? Did you like the robots?
Oh, the robots are great. The little like cat mouse thing's great.
Yeah.
Everything else was fantastic besides the human characters. Human characters are just terrible.
I didn't, like they're probably in it for such a small amount of time, and like it makes sense why they keep them simple because they have to be readable at like a very small scale,
Yeah.
But yeah, there definitely wasn't much to write home about as far as like their design goes, besides like a few standout characters.
Or that they have to stand out from
The
awesome
background.
backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
I-
what I thought the robots were so cool because they were like the backgrounds are like painterly, but the robots had these like hard contrast, like almost cell shaded, like I think they had maybe like a slight gradient and then like a hard shadow, and they just
Yeah.
had this really like sharp graphic look, and I thought they looked cool. I was hoping for more variety. That's it. But
I think that's why, like, when you look at a game, I'm just going to compare this to Limbo and Inside. They do a really good job with the atmosphere, and your
Yeah.
character kind of gets lost in it sometimes, and that's kind of the part of the puzzle. And this one, your puzzle sections were just like, so like you get to the section, here's your puzzle, you do it, and you're like, all right, I got to stare at this generic looking character to this beautiful robot and this background stuff. It just kept bugging me. It kept standing out. Something
yeah,
I didn't like.
I'm with you on that. Like, it felt like you were playing a video game every time you're doing like a puzzle.
Mhm.
Especially the ones where you have like it's clearly like, oh, okay, there's like a platform here, like there's this middle platform here that serves no purpose but to be like a platforming puzzle thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like inside, the environments felt like a living place,
Yeah.
and this game just didn't really have that.
But
So,
towards the end, when it started getting those like big columns of like the white and
Yes.
black contrast and stuff, and the lighting like
Yeah.
really like changed in that area, it was awesome.
oh yeah, I actually think the swamp and the end ship were the most effective like places to like interact with, because they actually felt like places, not necessarily just like a Mario stage, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
The end ship was really good. I think we could have spent like a lot more time in the end ship or end ship esque environments compared to like it's a planet, it's a swamp, we're underground. Like you said, Nolan. I think that's a great comparison that I never really thought of. Like,
What about
uh,
when you go in that ship in the middle and you're there for 2 seconds and then you get out of it and you're back
Oh,
on?
I know. It was.
And,
I was like, oh, this is cool, and then you're out.
yeah,
yeah.
It's like, oh,
It
okay.
was only to like teach you a new mechanic that you use once. And
Yeah.
you like didn't use it again.
yeah.
The Metroidvania.
The
Planet
middle
of
of
the
the game really like dragged on for me, but the end I thought was sick. Like
I thought the end.
the
end
desert,
was
and-
so sweet.
I guess the desert through the end ship was really good.
Yeah, I thought the desert went on a little long. Like, I just feel like they could have trimmed up a few of like
Mm-hmm.
just like there was like I feel like I did the same puzzle like 4 times, and I was like,
Yeah,
why am I
Yeah.
doing this
the
again?
one where you had Mui drop down and give you a rope. You did that like a bajillion
Yeah,
times.
Yes.
that one was bad. Yeah.
And a
I
lot
did-
of like the walking transitions between sections, even in the same stage, were really long. And it kind of
Yeah.
felt like they were hiding loading screens. You know, like sometimes in a
see
lot of
that.
older games,
Yeah.
like you would walk down a long corridor or take an
Yes.
elevator, and that's like the game hiding a loading
Yeah.
thing. That's
Yeah.
kind of what it felt like because you're
Yeah.
just doing it so often. I'm like, oh, what is like nothing's happening in the background because sometimes when you were doing it, like there was a lot of cool stuff happening.
Yeah,
And sometimes it was just like, oh, I'm just holding right for like 30 seconds for no reason, basically.
yeah,
They,
I agree.
they tried to hide a lot with those sliding platforms, which they did
Yes.
not do well. Because it would just like you be sliding down it and it just like
Oh.
cut to like a cut scene, but it wasn't
Yes.
a cut scene really. It was just you sliding to the next
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
It's like
I did think it was funny how every time you fell like 5 times in the game, always fell on like a perfect ramp.
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
yep.
It was, yeah, it was fine. Like, I mean, it because the game's so short, I can give it a lot of leeway, but yeah, it would have. I think it would have been better if it was just like 45 minutes shorter.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
because
Yeah.
there was just a couple puzzles that just felt like, hey,
I've done this already.
I've done this. Like,
Yeah, some of the quick time stuff, especially like there was the horse robot thing, which was fine, but the one at the end where you're fighting like against the
Oh,
ship was
that
so
went on
long.
forever.
It went
Yeah.
way too
It-
long.
I
They
know.
shouldn't have spent one, but
I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, why are we still doing this?
Yeah, but I like getting chased up to that section was really cool when you find
Yes.
your sister. Like a lot of the
Yeah.
spaceship environments were cool, and I thought it told like a lot of really cool story.
Yes.
I think just cutting out some of the planet environments would have been the way to go, and you could have
Yeah.
made the in-ship
Yeah.
stuff longer.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to do this weird thing where they were like, this planet's big. There's a bunch of different like tribes throughout the place.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna drag it on to show you that there's more people that live throughout these places.
I mean,
But it just
honestly,
wasn't connecting with me like that needed to be a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. If there was like, if they replaced some of like the robots, like you having to kind of like crouch through a bush to dodge a robot with like more environmental storytelling, I think it would have been great because I actually really enjoyed every time I was engaging with the story of the game. And
Yeah, for
I
sure.
thought all that stuff looked cool, and like finding like like ancient ships and like spaceships and like going
Mm.
through them was all like interesting.
Yep,
So, but
for
It
sure.
had that Horizon Zero Dawn feel to it a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
a very good comparison too. I think.
Like those are the best parts of that game where you're like you're climbing through like old but new technology.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Did you guys think this game ended like 3 times? Like you're like, oh, I'm at the end, and then you weren't, and then you're like, oh, now I'm at the end, and
But
oh,
you know
you're
what?
not.
I did have a bug that I thought was kind of a weird transition that I
What was
thought
that?
was kind of there's a puzzle where you is it movie?
Yeah.
Movie.
You put them in like the little mole thing
Uh-huh.
and then you run past the character and I think you're supposed to like have them follow you or something, but I couldn't figure it out. And I got to the next section and the next section was a cutscene. All of a sudden the movie was next to me.
I had
And it's
something
where-
like that happen today too. Actually, I died,
where
and
you get-
movie was back next to me. I was like, oh, great.
Oh, it's where he gets captured though.
Oh, that's funny.
It's where he gets captured and then it cuts to the next scene. And I thought that was kind of going to be the end of the game. Like somewhere in there was going to be the end of the game.
Mm.
But it didn't. It just kept going.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I don't really feel like it had multiple endings, to be honest. Like there was a couple times where your character kind of like falls over in exhaustion, but I don't really I can't really think of anything else that like made me
Mhm.
think I was at the end, you know.
Mhm. So
Until
there
I
was
was
the one
actually at the
exhaustion
end.
one in the desert, and I was like, okay, like, are we just ending it here? And like, I'm gonna be told what happens next. And then there's the one where you ascend towards the ship, which was like a really long cutscene. And I was like, okay, are we setting up something else here? Basically. And then after you beat basically the core to the ship,
Yeah.
like I kind of thought it was just like through the credits, it was gonna play through like I didn't expect to like walk all the way through the village again, just like the beginning.
yeah.
Like I thought it was gonna be like a cute little thing, like maybe you're through the village and the robots are there, but I didn't expect it like the whole long walk through the village and seeing what everybody's doing with the robots now. You know,
Yeah.
it felt a little
It was
extra.
kind of cute. It was kind of cute, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
I
mean-
mean, I think you see that stuff through credits and like kind of entices you to like watch it and be like, oh, look, the chef now has an assistant, like you mentioned
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
They could have like been running the credits through that whole walk. But when you finally get back to your sister with Mui, so clearly like the composition is like
Mm,
credits will be here. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
insert
Yeah.
credits.
Yeah. But
Was there-
I didn't mind any of that stuff at the
Yeah.
end, you know. It was
Yeah.
honestly like for me it's just like the most egregious thing was like I don't want to do this stealth puzzle like again. Like I just want to do something different.
Yeah, for sure.
And there was just there was just one or two too many of those that I felt
Yeah.
like I was in like a little arena and I want to
Mhm.
be like immersed in the world.
Yeah.
I know we kind of talked about, we're just going to talk about Inside Limbo the most, but the pacing in those games is really, really good.
Yeah.
It goes from like you doing a puzzle to you
Yeah.
doing a puzzle while being chased by like a bunch of things that
Oh,
it keeps
right.
you like
Right.
amped. Like,
Yeah, you
And
have
so
to like
that-
replay those situations like a lot, right? Whereas like
yeah,
this
you
one,
have
you
to
weren't
keep
really doing that.
replaying them. And that's what this one, like, it got good at the end when you're getting chased by like a bunch of stuff and you had to like quickly
Yes.
act on your feet.
That one was
Yeah.
awesome at the end.
It was.
in the ship, but also like the time between when you get zapped and you start over. It's like I thought it felt like it hung a little bit at some points. You're like zapped and
It
you're
did.
like waiting. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
you gotta watch your character really die. You
I
know?
like when it
Yeah.
busts both of you when it gets movie and then it comes for you and you're like, oh, okay, well.
Did
I'm
you do
dead
the
now.
jump off like something crazy high and your character like
Yes, you
basically
just
ragdolls before it
ragdoll
hits the
so
ground?
hard. Yeah,
I
Oh.
had one where
Hilarious.
I was running from one of the robots and I was like so close to getting it and I jumped and it zapped me and it was like my character just like flew so high and like just was ragdolling like all over the place. That was pretty good. Nolan, you wanted to talk about the shrines a little bit.
did I?
Yeah, the extra
Collectibles.
wall
Oh,
painting
yes.
things. Those were the
Right.
shrines.
Yes. I mean,
They're
I
called
think
shrines
that,
in the game.
You want to talk about Tears of the Kingdom shrines?
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom Shrine.
They were like not. They're pretty. There's only 10, and they were kind of hidden.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really. I honestly don't. I'm sorry. I don't really remember what I was going to say about them. Besides,
That's okay.
it telling more. It's like painting a mural of like the past of your civilization.
So I mean, I guess were you guys enticed to like find him? Because I saw like a lot of them, and I was like, I'm not really gonna go look for it. I stumbled across one, I think, but
if I saw like a path, or like if I was like, okay, like there's probably something if I go left here, I always went and got it. And
okay.
I think I got 6 of them, and I got an achievement for getting all 10.
Oh,
Which was
Oh,
weird.
really?
oh wait, you
Yeah,
got
I was
an
like-
achievement even though you didn't get all of them.
Yeah, I think I only got about half of them.
Oh wow,
or
okay.
maybe 6. So it was just funny because I got one right
Well,
at
maybe
the end.
there was an achievement for getting like half or something.
Yeah, maybe. But it did say
I got-
10 out of 10, so I don't know.
I got 4 of them.
Yeah.
I did not go out of my way to get them.
I only
No, I
got
didn't.
one,
Oh, dang.
but like I said, I wasn't trying.
Yeah.
We got fireworks going off over here already.
Ooh, we just gave my dog some melatonin.
Ooh, nice.
hoping he does good tonight.
Oh, it's a ton of secret achievements in this game.
Oh,
Really?
really?
Most of them are they're all secret achievements. Yeah. Like some of them, a lot of, I don't know if you guys know, but like Xbox achievements, it'll tell you like, there'll be the title and it'll tell you kind of like lead you towards what it is. But all of them are secret achievements, which you have to like click on and reveal them.
Oh.
So it like kind of is a little spoiler free.
There was
there's finding secret shine number 6 out of 10. So you found the 10th out of 10. You didn't find all 10. Does that make sense?
Oh.
It's like that's the number 10
10th
shrine.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I could really do without the ones that are saying, "You made it to the end."
Yeah. You don't like the story based ones.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so dumb.
It is funny. Like
That's every game basically.
it is every
Yes.
game. Yeah. It's
Like you made
especially
it
like
through the tutorial.
yeah.
Dun, dun,
It's like,
dun, dun.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Nice. Well,
I don't know. It would have been cool. I would have. Yeah, if they were a little more accessible, I totally would have got them because I don't know. Like the story there wasn't a ton, but it was interesting enough that I was like, I want to know more. Like, is this going to tell me something, unique? But
Mhm.
Sure.
it looks very similar to the first kind of wall paintings that you come across in like that.
Yeah.
The first.
I was
kind-
wondering
the-
that too.
The
It
first
looked-
puzzle.
I didn't think it was going to add much to it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Any other points or anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up the game of the month?
Man,
Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
I was going to say I got nothing.
Okay. Me neither.
Okay.
we
I did
covered it
want
all.
to say real quick that I looked up the composer,
Mm-hmm.
and their name is Takeshi Furukawa,
Mm-hmm.
and they did the soundtrack for The Last Guardian,
Oh,
which I thought was kind of
Oh,
cool.
nice.
nice.
Yeah. So soundtrack was definitely one of
Was
the
really good.
highlights for me. It was crazy
It
good.
was really good.
Yeah.
I forgot one other note I had because I did start playing it on PC, of course, which you have to adjust your graphic settings. And I was going to ask Eric this, but since he played it on Xbox and xCloud, it doesn't really matter. But the game had a potato setting. I was going to ask if Eric had to use the potato setting.
No, I don't know what that is.
But I just love when games, the lowest graphic setting is
Setting is
potato.
called potato. I know.
Potato. I think it's hilarious.
It is.
Oh,
so
on the
funny.
PC? That's
Yeah,
what
on
you're saying.
the PC version.
Oh,
there
I
was
think I can handle this game.
there was
just-
there was a potato option. I think it's
Yeah.
just so funny. Like, why would there's potato and ultra? Like, ultra should have another name.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I don't know what it would be, but potato's the best.
Potato is good. Yeah.
Um,
I had
so
to
we
do a lot of research on how many limes could power something for a project. So
Okay.
it's pretty funny.
I did actually have one bug in this game, and it was my Xbox controller input. Made it actually. It wasn't my Xbox controller because it was happening when I didn't have a controller plugged in.
Mhm.
All of my my cursor was scrolling constantly
Oh, really?
Hmm.
through menus. So I could not get into any of the actual options or settings because it was cycling through them so fast.
Hmm.
And so I'd have to start the game, I'd have to basically time it to like make sure I hit it when it was like saying start game.
That's funny.
And it happened both times I played it, and I just like I tried to like go into the settings and like turn it into windowed mode so I could, like tab out of the game and stuff. Nope.
Didn't work.
Nope. Because when I went to the when I went down to the resolution, it started scrolling through all of the different resolutions down to from like 800 by 600
Mm-hmm.
to, like 4K or whatever. So yeah, that was the only bug. That was the only thing I ran into as far as like bugs go, is that the menu system was completely borked for me.
Hmm.
I will admit I've been playing so much Tears of the Kingdom that I flipped the A and B in my mind for a bit.
Yeah, that happened to me. I exited out of a couple things when I was playing this game.
Yeah.
Did you guys have trouble like remembering all the buttons when you came back to this game?
During the QuickTime events?
No, like how to control Mui and stuff?
No.
Oh, no. I thought the thing I had a problem with was the joystick controlling Mui.
Oh, like
'cause
holding right
one of-
trigger and using
Yeah,
the joystick.
because one of them's like use one side and the other one's use the other joystick to like
Mhm.
show where he's going. It was just kind of, it's more annoying.
Yeah, I thought the controls for I guess we didn't really even talk about the Mui mechanic, but I thought those were all pretty good. Controlling him and getting him around.
I actually thought that was a cool add to a game like this, was having a like little companion.
Yeah,
I do too. I
definitely meant to bring that up, but
Mui was definitely a highlight for me.
my point was gonna be like that's the only thing this game kind of adds to this genre is the companion system, but it just it didn't really make the puzzles dynamic enough for it to be like, oh yeah, everybody else should do the same thing.
I did like making him ride the other the robot through the fans. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is pretty sweet. Like
That was a good puzzle.
yeah, anytime I had to fly around like that little robot, it was pretty challenging because he was constantly, you're tapping the, and I was like, this is good. I love it.
Well, did you know? I don't know. Were you guys using Xbox controllers or a different one?
I was using Xbox.
It was sensitive to how much you pulled the trigger. So if you did a half pull, it would just keep it like the same. You wouldn't have to like pull and release.
Oh, okay.
I hated controlling that robot so much.
I loved it.
It was so like, I thought I was playing what's that? The rocket game we played. Kerbal.
Kerbal. I was gonna say Rocket League.
It was like Outer Wilds.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You had the little like mini ship to like fly around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So I played this in 2 settings, and I took basically 2 weeks off between playing it, and so I came back into the desert, and I completely forgot how to control Mui, and I was like, I kept hitting jump instead of sit, and I jumped off like a cliff like 5 times.
Oh no.
That was it. Once I got the hang of it again, it was fine. But I was definitely like, oh yeah, how do I do this again?
I think it's a 4-hour game. It's not meant to give you 2 weeks in between.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah, it
we
wasn't
all,
really a game fault. It was more my fault
Yeah,
than
yeah.
anything. But
So we all finished it. What about our recommendations? Are we giving this thing a thumbs up? Are we recommending it to other people?
We already did. We already did.
we already
recommend
did.
it.
What do you mean we already did?
We
Discord.
recommended it to Taco in the Discord.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I it's on Game Pass. I'm gonna say if you have Game Pass, give it a try. I wouldn't recommend spending
Yeah.
money on it. I would recommend every other game, not every other game, but better games in the same genre over this one. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would recommend it. It's short enough. If you're just looking for like a chill time, there's definitely more positives than negatives for me.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Like, if you have Game Pass, why not? Like, you
Yeah.
can play
Yeah.
it for like an hour and be like, fill some time and have a good time. And yeah,
$20
Yeah,
is full price for this game.
Oof.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's fine. I would pay $20 for it, but
you would,
I
or you
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
This, I mean, I hate to bring up that debate, but it's that time spent playing versus the value too.
Right.
Sure.
It kind of toes that line.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
I
I'm with
think
you.
that's fair. All right. So we were talking some Alan Wake 2, which I think brought up a lot of the Remedy games and their list of games that they come out with. And we've always talked about playing Quantum Break.
Yes.
It used to be just an Xbox exclusive game. You can play it anywhere else. And now it's on PC, including Game Pass. So we're going to play it. We're going to play Quantum Break, a 2016 action-adventure third-person shooter game. The game centers around Jack Joyce, who's granted
good name.
time manipulation powers after a failed time machine experiment, as he comes into conflict with former friend Paul Serene over how to deal with an apocalyptic end of time. The game includes platform game elements and less action-oriented segments. There are also junction points that affect the game's outcome. The game features episodes of an integrated live-action television show featuring the actors of the characters. The characters interact with the player's choices, displaying the results of the decisions.
Cool.
Oh, baby. So
Sounds
this is
good.
developed by Remedy, published by Microsoft. It has a lot of nominations for Best Original Game, Sound Design, and Storytelling. Metacritic is at about a 77. Like I mentioned, it's on the Xboxes. It's on PC for Game Pass. They fixed the license issues, so now you can basically get it anywhere you want. I'm excited to play it because it's a Remedy game. I don't know about this weird TV thing.
The TV thing,
Because
yeah.
it's kind of like, remember like Alan Wake? Of course, the episodic nature and stuff kind of being based on a TV thing. And
These games are
Microsoft.
all
This
part
is like
of
the
a trend.
It's the Microsoft TV era where they wanted like entertainment and the games to intertwine.
Right.
So I'm very curious, but I've heard the gameplay and the game itself is really cool. I just wonder how this whole like TV shakeup thing is going to work out. And from my understanding, I don't know if I'm right because I haven't played it in a long time, but I think the TV episodes are mixed into the game, like between chapters. Basically, you like watch episodes of the TV show, which are skippable, I think. So.
Man, y'all remember cable television?
Yeah. How long to beat has this game at? About 10 hours. So,
Nice.
I think it'll be cool. I think it's a lot of bullet time type of stuff.
It looks like
if I
it. It
remember
looks like it. Actually, the action kind of looks like control.
Control, yeah.
Yeah.
Like where you're like shooting stuff and things are like flying slowly in the air. It's
Yeah.
kind of that type of
So-
thing. I think it's the gameplay that really stands up in this game. We'll see about the
Yeah.
storytelling stuff, but
Yeah. Well,
I'm excited.
I'm excited. I've been wanting to play this game for a long time.
mean,
I just never got around to it.
I think
so.
their stories are definitely more interesting than their gameplay, to be honest. So
Interesting.
it was
I
always
think-
hidden behind Xbox exclusivity to me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, same.
This game, yeah, for sure.
'Cause
yeah.
I'm excited to play it on PC. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll be interesting for sure.
Mhm. Anything to add, gentlemen, before we sign off for the month?
No,
Oh man, I can't believe it's already July.
July, man.
I can't believe it's already July either. It's June was a crazy month. Hopefully the summer slows down a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see.
We
I'm
need
not-
a
I'm not saving-
winter games fest.
A winter. That's
I
the
agree.
the Game
That
Awards.
needs to reach
Or,
Oh yeah, I guess the Game Awards are
Yes,
kind
the
of
Game
that.
Awards,
Oh,
right?
I forgot. Yeah, last year they announced a lot of shit at Game Awards too, didn't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think they usually do. Yeah.
Jeez, Chad, give it a
Okay.
break.
Well, if you guys could share the podcast, leave us any reviews at Apple Podcasts, that really help us out. Send us any feedback, videogamerations@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter at VGRations. Videogamerations.com is a place to go to find the links to the Discord, that dying social platform called Twitter, all of the links to the YouTube and everywhere else. That's it for now, and we'll catch you guys at the end of this month when we talk about Quantum Break. Have a
Excited.
good one,
So excited.
Yeah.
and
See
Be
ya.
safe out there.
good night. Be safe. Good night and good luck.
Fireworks.
Bye, guys.